Hello everyone and welcome back to the Gaming Droid and welcome back to Thea. So I set up camp and I was collecting some crystal when we came across a metal chest hidden away in some shrubbery near the camp. So we have a choice to either figure out the locks, which is an intellect challenge, or hit it with things. 3 skull intellect challenge. I'm not an intellect based team. 3 skull physical challenge. Let's do a 3 skull physical challenge. I'd rather have some of my bigger guys up front, but nope, not so much luck. So straight off what we can do is we can counter offense and get rid of one of their physical offense cards, because we have a lot of guys with very high strength, so we can just do some general offense countering. So let's throw away another one and get rid of him. And let's get rid of a tactic card. Okay, so now we know what we're dealing with. We can confuse him. So what we're dealing with now is we're dealing with 10 damage in the first round and trying to dig our way through these guys. Shouldn't be too hard. So the first person is 12. So can we do 12 damage? Yes, we can do exactly 12 damage. Or 12 plus 1 damage. The next person is 20. We need to get as close to 20 as we can, which is 17 and 6. And the next person is 20, which is 17 and 14. He's going to survive for another round, which means he's going to do 2 rounds of damage to us. But that's okay, because these don't count as actual physical wounds, and he's not even going to be able to finish one of us off. So he's going to... another physical slam on Henio, but Henio's going to be fine. We're going to finish him off and then we're going to start working on the back line, which should fall reasonably easy. There's one of them left. I'm just going to pile out. There we go, and that will finish that round. So we have succeeded in bashing the chest open. Find mostly rubbish but a few gems. So we find a piece of shadow armor, some topaz and some moonstone. Some very rare stuff going on there. Because we have such a good collection of gatherers here, we're gathering between 2 and 3 lots of quartz a turn. So we'll just grab another couple of turns worth. There we go, and we're up to 66 quartz. We're running a little bit low on food, so we will move the expedition out. Is there any food nearby the expedition? Yes, there is. So we'll stop the expedition here and just grab some food because we're running... oops. Because we are running low. We will gather some food and a little bit of wood. Oh, sorry, that's crystal. And a little bit of wood. Yeah, let's do 4 turns and gather 1 lot of crystal. We've been attacked by some hulking rats. Pretty easy fight. All things considered, let's throw out the 10 armor guy or 14 armor guy first. 23, 28. So if I pop him up to that, will kill off that rat. We can throw out a couple of spears to do damage and also sort of make sure we're in a tactically sound position. And then there's not really much else they can do. I'm actually just going to end that now because we're done. And they're just going to melt before our army of powerful warriors. Making sure you keep your guys equipped as best you can is always worth it. Oh, a heavy fur brigandine. For those people who don't know, a brigandine is a leather jacket with pieces of metal on the inside where they can't be seen. Not because it was to hide the leather jacket or to hide the metal at all, but rather because it was a great way to sort of fit armor together without having to worry about how it was going to fit or how it was going to move on the outside and link together on the outside. Oh, we got another person join us. We got a hunter join us. A female human hunter joined us. Not particularly strong, but she has some gathering, some herbalism, and some ranged attack, and a little bit of crafting skill as well. So let's break camp and head back up, continue heading up towards the suspicious tower. 3 skull fight shouldn't be too bad. Again, it's the wild boar fight. Not too difficult. They get to go first this time, which is a disadvantage to us because they have 20 damage. But that's okay. We can throw out... actually, half of 21 is 10. Half of 17 is 8. No, I can't kill them like that, but what I can do is I can throw out my 2 guys like that and move him to the front of the queue so that he gets to fight first. I can then confuse that one so he doesn't get a turn, and then I can start throwing out damage. I don't think I need to calculate this damage too accurately. She's got 26, he's got 26, so she'll kill him. I'll throw out some support ally to make sure I get some extra damage in from him, and should be a pretty easy fight. 1 down, 2 down. Oh, we did manage to roll over to the second round though. He had 1 hit point left, but we did manage to do a second round. So we get a nice bow, we get 7 monster bones, 7 enchanted bones. That's good. Enchanted bones are a high level material, so to be able to get 7 of them, that's a nice little add-on to our collection of stuff. So back in Ostroya, she comes with a thorn, which is a diamond-tipped, crystal-tipped spear, but she doesn't come with anything else. So we'll throw... she can't afford to weigh that. God, that's a heavy spear. She can have some nice light armor though. We do have some crafting tools. It's a +3 crafting tool. So I can just throw it on someone, pretty much anyone who has the weight to carry it, because they get 3 crafting from the smithy, and now they're going to get 3 crafting from that hammer. So he has 6 craft. Has anyone else got slightly higher craft than that? He has 6. Oh, he has 6 craft already. So he was. He's the best one for that. Can I give her anything else useful? Probably not. Production, crafting. Let's throw together some jewellery. Let's throw together a gold ring made with coal. Actually, no. What would happen if we did an enchanted monster ring? 6th sense. I think I'd prefer the faint and ranged for my ranger. Meanwhile, is there anything in construction we can get that's worth getting? We could get barracks, which increases the damage skill of people in the town, and children growing up as warriors receive 10 more skill points. We could get the well, which gives us random resources. Totem, which allows us to choose the witch class and also increases magic skill for everyone in the town. I think I'll go with barracks. So we completed the jewellery, and we will give that to our Huntress Eva, because that will up her range damage and give her the feint skill, which makes a social and tactical challenge easier. So up at the suspicious tower, let's see what's going on over here. Get closer, there's a nest of giant spiders. It's a 2-star, it's got a spider queen, but there's no massive risk, I don't think. Small amber charms, some... yeah, and we raid the tower for quite a nice little array of bits and pieces. So we've got bamboo up here. We leveled up, we gained health, gathering, tactics, lots of health, that's good. Quite a bit of trap skill going on back in town. So, let's see, do we have any spaces left for buildings? Yes we do, so let's produce ourselves a barracks. We'll just produce a basic barracks to start with. Like that. That gives us about... So I could wait until we get the crystals back and see what happens, but I'll just produce a basic barracks to start with. It's not particularly difficult to sort of rip it down and start again if I find I can make a better one almost immediately. So that's a settlement up there. That's, I think, probably a goblin settlement. Yeah, a goblin settlement. So we've made our barracks, and now everyone in the town will be receiving a +2 attack skill. So you can see that people's damage has gone up from what their weapons have. Let's see what we can grab in here. Hulking rats, not a major issue. And in the goblin village, we could try social, we could try fight, we could try tactic, we could try sneak. We have enough people that I think we should be able to manage a social, including several blessings of social. So let's see if we can manipulate them. That's actually quite good. So I'm going to throw out my 10 damage straight off. There's only 3 of them, so we have the massive advantage of numbers, and of course in a social challenge you can't take actual damage. I'm going to confuse the shaman straight off. I'm going to throw out someone who can take the beating from the goblin boss and not go down. And then I'm just going to throw out some damage. And these support allies will add insane amounts of damage to this guy, to the point where he's going to actually be able to one-shot everyone if they survive. So the reason I did this was through the social challenge there's a chance of a goblin joining us. They chose not to this time round, unfortunately, and we're getting to the top limit of how much we can carry. So let's head back. This is a goblin bull rider and some goblin warriors. Yeah, let's do it. Let's take them on. We could try a 3-skull social, but I think that's going a bit far. We are a combat orientated team, so let's play to our strengths. So we've just done enough damage to take the bull rider down to 7 hit points straight off. I can confuse him so he doesn't get a turn. And I can throw out a 32 damager. I can throw out a 23 damager. And then I can... yeah, I'll just throw out damage. I was thinking of maybe doing some clever tactical plays, but there's no real point to it. I might take a wound from someone. Nope, no wounds dealt to me. It was a nice easy 3 skull. We got some leather jerkin armor, a little bit of stone. There's a skeleton tomb over there that we're going to have to deal with at some point. Boar tracks, let's fight the boars. I like to have a couple of spear wheels out front. It allows you to do things like this. I probably should always do that the other way around so the weaker person goes first, but 18 plus 7 is 25, 14, 15, 16, 25. So So those two are going to die straight away. These two don't get a turn. And then if these guys survive, we'll just roll it round to the next one. Doesn't look like they will though. Just to kill him straight off, and then throw out someone big and beefy who can hit like a truck. Continue to throw out the hit things like a truck mentality. That's why he was saving him, because he wasn't particularly powerful. We're actually going to use a couple of my characters to deal damage to get him down to 4 hit points. Oh wow. I am just kind of ruffle stomping things now. And shield roll over the damage and actually kill the next one as well. Got a pitchfork from that, which is not a bad little spear actually. But we're coming right up to the very brink of kind of like what we're able to carry. Someone attacked Destroyer. I don't know how good Destroyer's fighting force is. Oh, definitely try and get the Goblin Warrior at the front. Or Orc Fighter. God, that's the one. So we've got our Orc Fighter at the front. He's definitely going to go out first. We'll then throw out her. Bring him down to 14. Throw him out. First action him, so he can do 14 damage to that one. I'm then going to actually first action the Pinconet as well. And I'm going to confuse the skeleton that's level 1. So we are in a very powerful situation now. Like, survival is not a question, survival is a guarantee. But the game, as the turns go on, the game's going to start ramping things up very, very rapidly. Quilted cloth jacket, ritual crossbow, nice, and a decent shield as well. So the game's going to start ramping up the difficulty now quite dramatically. Go over a small spawn near the village, send out a party to check it out. Looks normal but it's all quiet. Water and fish. We got some seaweed. So now, for some reason, our ability to carry things has dropped. It's because we lost the enchantment of physical strength. We used to have an enchantment of physical strength. That's 74. So that's, let's see. If we go over to equipment, who's carrying a bow? You're carrying a bow, and it is 3. Would you prefer a bow that does 7 and weighs less? No, it weighs 2 more. 74 and does 6. $5 and weighs 58. That weighs 82 and does 7. I'll switch that out onto a warrior character, I think. And I'll give that to you. So 2 damage club can get dismantled. 3 and 3 shield, nothing special. Full 4 shield's very good. We've got some 10 armor, some 7 armor, some bad quality armor, we can get rid of that. These are very heavy for 7 and 8, so who's wearing those? That's a 220 for 9. This is a 152 for 10 and 2. She's wearing a 300 for 17. He's wearing a 132 for 11. 239 for 15. 239 for 15. He's wearing a 260, so definitely can switch that out for that one. 6 and 1 dexterity. That's actually lighter. So we can now get rid of these bone armors because they're not actually doing us any good. They're too heavy to be useful, really. And we have a folklore and sturdiness, a backstab, a gather and folklore. So let's give you the gather and folklore, bringing your folklore up to 2. The elf can have the backstab. We have folklore that can go on the elf. We have some sturdy armor that can go on there. That's good. And then we can bring them back to Ostroya, and that can be the end of the episode. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!